Well, the reoccurring theme here this 2019 has been just water temperatures that won't warm up. We'll get 3 or 4 nice days, water temperatures will climb 5 degrees, and then we get another front and the water temperatures just drop. And so it's already the middle of June. The bluegills are just starting to move up on their beds, and it's just the very beginning of it here. And so this will last for a couple weeks here. It's just an awesome opportunity. I mean, you can come out here and catch fish. I don't care how many muskies you catch. I don't care how many walleyes, trout, salmon. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everybody loves to see a bobber go under, and I don't know too many people that don't enjoy fishing for panfish.
At this time of year, the bluegills are shallow on their beds, and you can actually virtually sight fish them. You see the beds and you can sight fish the bluegills. There's nothing more fun than watching them come up and smack that bobber and pull it under.
There's some up there.
Every kid's dream is to go out and fish bluegills. I'm still a kid.
Me too. There we go. Oh, oh, this is a beautiful fish. Oh, I love that. Isn't that? Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous?
A little Goldie, huh?
They bring out the kid in you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we lip it like a bass. Yeah. Fun fishing. Hey. You know, this time of year, you know, at least for next week or two, you know, these fish are going to be on their beds, and so they are vulnerable. It's a great fishing opportunity. It's a legal fishing opportunity, and most of all, it's fun. But you take a fish like that, you know, these big bulls especially that protect the nest, it's just important to release the bigger fish. You know, keep that 7-8 inch fish to eat, throw back those big fish, and you can really maintain your bluegill fisheries. There you go. Oh yeah.
This is a nicer fish. This is a nicer gill. Pound per pound, I'd say these are the toughest fighting fish there is. Look at this guy.
Oh yeah.
Look at the girth on him.
Nice fish.
I'm using a tungsten drop jig from Clam, tucked with a chunk of night crawler. Tungsten jigs are a little smaller and cut that water a lot faster.
There he is. Oh yeah.
That's a dandy.
I love this.
Never gets old.
You know, you never get tired of watching a bobber go under. Oh, look at this fish here. Oh, come here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. If you're looking to introduce somebody to fishing, getting kids out, bluegills are just fun. Not just for kids either. I know plenty of adults that love to catch these.
The big kids.
Big kids is right. You know, inch for inch, bluegills or sunfish, you know, they're probably some of the hardest fighting fish that swims, and so it's amazing how much joy a 6 to 10 inch fish can bring. The thing about panfish is that they're readily available. It doesn't take a lot of equipment to catch them. I mean, they're probably one of the easiest fish to catch. So why are we doing a show on it? I think more people have to understand that it doesn't take a lot to go out and have a great time. And so that's probably the biggest thing that I see, whether it's at sport shows or in the industry in general, is that people want to make fishing so complicated. You can make fishing really complicated if you want to, but at the end of the day, fishing is something that anybody can do. And so that's something else that we see. A lot of times people go out, they don't have any success, and they think, fishing's not for me, or I don't know how to catch fish, or I can't catch fish, or I don't have a big enough boat, or I don't have a fancy enough rod. That's not true. Just get out here and do this. In this clear water, you can see the fish, and if you spend a couple hours doing this, you're going to be hooked. And if you want to get somebody hooked on fishing, this is an easy, turnkey way to do it.
Jason Mitchell Outdoors is brought to you by these industry leaders. From the makers of the legendary Salmo Hornet, meet the new Salmo Freediver 9. Capable of reaching depths over 25 feet, the Freediver has set the new standard for deep diving walleye crankbaits.
See that Freediver, that fish just mugged that bait.
Individually handcrafted, tank tested, and tuned by Salmo artisans, every Salmo lure produces perfect action every time. Catch more fish with the new Salmo Freediver 9.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Introducing Blackfish Performance Rain Gear. Utilizing patented event technology, this advanced membrane allows body heat and vapors to escape while offering 100% waterproof protection. With an exceptional combination of waterproof and breathability ratings, Blackfish rain gear keeps you dry all day. Whether on the tournament trail or chasing weekend walleyes, choose Blackfish because you can't choose the weather.
You've waited all winter for this. We can't wait either.
Every day, it is you against the fish. From the Fish Hawk and Pro Tiller to the Bass Hawk and Raptor, Crestliner's entire fleet is designed to maximize your pleasure and performance on the water. Handcrafted, continuously welded seams combined with high-grade, heavy-gauge aluminum lead the industry with unbeatable engineering, strength, and durability. Crestliner has been catching fish for over 70 years. Crestliner, forged with strength, defined by durability.
Oh, there it is. There's a dandy.
Around and around they go. Oh, they're fun. Isn't that just pretty? That is just beautiful.
You know, we're running about 3 feet right now. I can actually see my jig down on the bottom here. I want it just to stay above their little beds out there and kind of bounce from bed to bed. You know, you think about bobber fishing, it's one of the oldest ways to catch fish, and a lot of people have gone away from it. I actually watched them hit it. Ooh, yeah. It's always nice to go back to your roots where you're growing up as a kid, to go back and catch the bluegills and just remember how fun it was when you were a kid. So growing up, there was big bluegills all over the place, and we as anglers, we over-harvested those bluegills. It's nice to see the catch and release catching on with the bluegills like it did with the walleyes, and some of the protective harvesting of the bigger bowls, and it just in general with everybody putting back and saving just a few for a meal.
Hey Mike, why don't you go ahead and put the talon down right here.
Sounds good.
Basically what we're doing here is we're just scooting down these shorelines here, and we're just looking for their beds, and in shallow enough water you can physically see them. Sometimes if the fish are a little bit deeper, you can actually see them on the side imaging. Bluegills to me are just a cool fish. For a lot of people, I would think if you were to pull quite a few people in the upper Midwest, there's a lot of people that tell you the bluegills are their absolute favorite fish. And they're just a neat fish. They're a great fish to eat, obviously. They're great table fare. They fight hard on light line, ultralight rod, or light action rod. I mean, they give you everything that you can handle. But bluegills and sunfish, they're just a cool fish. They come up here in midsummer. They build these nests. And sometimes you'll just see several beds out in front of you where it almost looks like a golf ball, just dimples on the bottom. And what these fish are doing is they'll clean out a hole, and they'll actually push stuff away, and they'll have substrate on the bottom, whether it's clamshells. Sometimes you'll see even little like twigs and branches, little pebble rock, and then they'll lay those eggs in that bed. Then they'll guard their nest. And so that's why a lot of biologists are telling us now how crucial it is to throw back those big dark males, because those are the fish that guard the eggs. Those are the fish that fan the nest and get those eggs to hatch. There you go. Boy, that one you've got big ears on it. Look at that.
Pound per pound, you're not going to get a better fighting fish than a bluegill.
That's so cool.
As a kid growing up, it just brings you back to that
That's a nice one.
history of growing up. Me and my brother rode our bicycles to the local lakes and fished bluegills and panfish all the time, and it just brings me back 40 years in history.
Oh, look at this one. Look at that. That's just fun. See there, my thumbnail? You know, they got ears that are about the same size as your thumbnail. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bluegill. You know, if you're trying to get into fishing, or if you have a family, or if you have kids, you're trying to get those people into fishing, keep it simple. This is something you can go out and do and just have a ball. You can use these experiences like these panfish, whether it's bluegills, crappies in the early summer and spring, get hooked on fishing. And once you get proficient in fish, you can move on to a lot of other things, whether it's bass, walleyes, muskies, you name it. But panfish are where a lot of people start. You don't have to make this overcomplicated. Just go out and have fun. This is something that anybody can enjoy, anybody can do. No, that is a pretty one.
Beautiful.
You know, what makes these experiences so amazing in my mind is that when you look back at your life, you know, and you think about some of the best times you have with your kids or some of the best times you have with your parents, you know, a lot of times it might not necessarily be some exotic remote location catching the biggest fish of your life. Sometimes it's just the simplest things right down the road. You know, bluegills off the end of the dock, bullheads under a bridge. You know, just get out there and do it. Just, you know, make the point to do it and make the point to spend time with your family doing this. It's something you'll remember for the rest of your life. It truly is some of the most fun you can have. You know, the beautiful thing about this is that it truly doesn't take hardly any equipment. You could come out here and do this in a kayak, a canoe, a paddle boat, any kind of a boat that you want. In a lot of cases, you don't even need electronics. You know, and so when we're kids, you know, we have a tendency to really love panfish, but what's amazing about this is when you grow up, bluegills just make you into a big kid. I don't know anybody that ever gets tired of catching fish.